Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Carroll from MyMMAnews.com and Carroll's Corner MMA podcast. Tonight, we are joined by the promoter of Strong Island Fight Series, Kristian Vasquez. Excuse me. How you doing, Kristian?
Good, Kyle, man. Thanks for having me on the show. I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. You had a big show recently. Another one coming up on June 10th. This is the second series of your promotion. Tell us a little bit about getting into the game of being a promoter. I know you're a boxer. You a gym owner of Strong Island boxing on Long Island. Tell us a little bit about getting into the game as a promoter.
So I actually started promoting boxing events in 2004, and I did about, I'm gonna say, over 30 events from 2004 to about 2016 across Long Island. A lot of my events were at the Sheraton Hotel over there by Motor Parkway, but I did, some other events as well at the what is that called? The Brentwood, the college over there. I forgot what they call it.
Oh,
It's the
Suffolk Community College.
Yep, the arena over there. They have a big,
Okay.
place. I actually did the biggest boxing event on Long Island. It was Suffolk County Police versus the FDNY. I did that back in, I believe, 2009, but I did a few of those at that time. So my whole background, though, getting into boxing promotions is from me back in the day doing club promotions, and me
Okay.
being in love with boxing, being a boxer my whole life. I said, wait, you know what? I could take the whole concept of club promotions and just do boxing promotion. So 2004, I did my first show and it was a hit, and I just kept doing them and doing them. It's just something I truly love doing.
Awesome, awesome. And now you got some pretty good matchups coming up for the SBC titles. Tell us a little bit about the main event, co-main events.
The main event is super heavyweight Derek Padone out of Vamos MMA. Derek he's an explosive fighter. Explosive. He brings it. He puts 110% into his fights. He trains with Leaf over at Vamos. And his first time he fought on the first show, he fought Josh Popper, sorry. Josh
Oh,
Popper,
okay. Yeah, Josh Popper. Yep.
former NFL player, big dude, came in, ripped up, and Derek looks a little fluffy, but he's a strong dude. So like, you weren't sure how this was going to go. But Josh came in and, Derek, to me, won the fight. They gave it to Derek. Josh was upset, but Derek didn't stop punching. Derek was on top of him the whole time, where Josh was kind of like trying to look like a pro style. And in the amateurs, there's no time to look pro. You gotta go for it, and you gotta look skilled while you do it as well to get those points. But Derek definitely brings it. He's the main event. He always comes with a crowd. I should expect him to have like 200 plus there in the building. So it's going to be wild when he fights. He's going to be fighting Kenny Ocean from Brooklyn. Kenny Ocean's been around a lot longer than Derek. He's been around about 10 years in the game. Derek's been around about almost 2 years. And Kenny's a sharp boxer. He's a big dude, sharp boxer. He knows how to punch. He knows how to move around the ring well. And so it's going to be a great matchup. Derek, I know Derek's going to bring that fire and desire. And Kenny Ocean's going to try to, outbox him and be smart. So that's definitely going to be a great fight. And I look forward to that. We also have anything you want to say after that?
No, you're filling up the Stereo Garden. You guys got a pretty good lineup. It looks like coming together. I know the last time I saw the fight card and the fights you guys have on YouTube. Pretty good matchups and whatnot, and the video quality, everything your production is pretty solid. And then now you guys are producing that TV show, the YouTube show, before the lights, right?
Before the lights, yeah.
And I watched both episodes. I know Billy, who is producing them for you, and it's coming out pretty phenomenal.
Billy's doing a great job. He's great to work with. He actually makes my life a lot easier. He's able to bring about my vision, and he has his own vision that we come together and we're making a great thing out of it.
Yeah, it looks sharp. And then you got the co-main event. Tell us a little bit about that one.
All right, so the co-main event, we have Peter Latore from Long Island, fights out of Westbury Boxing Club, versus Melvin Martinez, who is the current SBC champion at 156. Melvin is an elite fighter. He just won the Ringmasters Championship in Madison Square Garden against Peter in the finals, and that was a great matchup. So this is a rubber match. This is their third time fighting each other. Every time they fight each other, it's a very, very competitive fight. They both come and bring it. They both have skill. They both have power and the will to win. So that's going to be exciting. I really look forward to that fight. And yeah, I look forward to that. Just so you, real quick, Melvin is from the Bronx. He trains out of Champs Boxing Club with
Okay.
Danny, Coach Danny and Coach Ryan and the guys over there. Great team. And again, Peters trains out of Westbury Boxing Club over there with Joe Gadigan, Scott Lopek, and those boys. Great team as well. This is going to be a great fight.
Awesome. And how many fights total are on the fight card?
So we have 18 fights.
18. Okay.
We have 9 SBC title fights, the 6 Borough Championship title fights. And then we have, I believe, 7 or 8 undercard fights, which are junior showcase bouts. We have 3 junior showcase bouts where we showcase the kids that are elite, that are going to be the rising stars. We want to showcase them when they're young. You want to see what they look like when they're young. So they're going to, run up the ranks in the Strong Island Fight Night series, catch them when they're young. And then we're going to have some contender bouts, novice fighters, anybody with less than 10 fights, but that are awesome. And they could even probably fight an elite fight, but they're not at that level yet. But so we're going to put some of those on as well. And then we have a title eliminator fight for the 130. I'm not sure what weight class. Let me tell you, I'm over here speed talking.
Totally understandable. You put, like you said, 18. When you're getting like the young prospect, what's the toughest things when you're lining up and matching up some of these younger kids to compete?
Well, you broke up a little bit. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. What's one of the toughest things for you when you're trying to match up the younger kids to compete? Obviously, you're trying to get styles and I guess strengths and everything to match up, so it's a fair fight and it's such a young age. How difficult is that?
Yeah, you're talking about the JOs, the little kids?
Yeah, the little ones. Yeah, the younger ones.
Little ones. So I don't put nobody under like 11 or 12 on the card. And like I said, it's only going to be three of those bouts. Actually, 2 of those bouts. I have 2 12-year-olds fighting, and then I have a 16-year-old bout as well. How do I match them up? Basically, there's not too many people to choose from, but I picked the best of the best to go against each other. So, for instance, one of my kids on the show, Joey Favorito, he's a 2-time junior champion. He won the Metros and the Ringmasters, and now he's fighting again on my show, which he won the last event. And this kid is a stellar boxer. He comes in here, he trains like a pro. He's been with me for almost, I'll say, a year and a half now. He beat Chase Miller on the card last time. Chase Miller is another phenomenal young boxer. So, I know the people in the circuit, so I'm going to the different events and I'm seeing who is the light, the aura, the style, the skill, and I put them together like that. Also people send me messages and they try to get on the card, and I look at their videos and I make sure that they can match up properly. Hold on one second. I'm sorry.
All good.
I kicked it. Yeah, so I basically go to the fights. I look at the fights, and I make sure that I just pick the best of the best, man, and just try to get high level competitors on the show. I don't, for all the ages. I do the same thing for even the elite fighters and the novice fighters.
Awesome. Real quick before we continue, just kind of a PSA. Right now, we're helping out Captain Scott Montefesco, who's driving across the country in a 1952, Willys Jeep M38. It's an old military Jeep from the Korean War, driving from San Francisco all the way to New York for 65 days to fundraise for Tunnel to Towers to help military and first responders. So those who want to check it out, go to GARTFORvets.com or .org, and you can support that way. He's auctioning off the Jeep as well as raising a GoFundMe, and everything's being donated to Tunnel to Towers. So check that out, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you can help. If you can't, just show support by sharing the tweets. Tell us one of your favorite fights on the undercard. What is something that you're looking forward to, a feature fight that just stands out you think is going to be a banger?
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at my fight list now. So many fights here. I mean, they're let me tell you, all of them I'm excited for. All of them. But if I'm going to pick one, it's hard. I'm just gonna pick this one though. I'm gonna pick Mark Chaparro versus Pedro Collado. And I could pick any one of these, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna pick these 2 guys because this is another rematch. They fought in Hempstead about 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
and it was a banger. I mean, these are two tough 100 and what weight class is this? This is 156 pounders. Tough. I'm talking tough. I'm talking they're gonna bang it out from first bell to last bell, corner to corner. They got power, they got speed, they got skill. So these guys are definitely going to bring it. So that's definitely a fight I'm looking forward to seeing. I know Pedro wants to get his revenge and get that W and take it back from Mark. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. They're both really good and exciting.
Awesome. And matching up boxers, it's a little different than usually I'm in most of the time MMA world, some kickboxing, boxing. There's a lot of fights. A lot of amateurs have a lot of fights, not like MMA where these guys have maybe 3 fights for the year, 4 the most. Boxers can have anywhere to 10, 15, 20 fights in a year.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, the endurance and the stamina of a boxer to just continually get into the ring and compete.
So amateur boxing is 3 rounds, 2 minutes, or 3 rounds, 3 minute rounds, 1 minute break. These guys, they're training. They're training to fight every weekend. They stay in the gym. They stay ready. And in USA Boxing Metro, that's the organization that sanctions all the events. There's about over 100 fights a year in New York. So they're putting their name on their card. They're ready to fight. It's just all about staying in the gym, staying ready at all times. Your body can recover. Boxers know how to take care of their bodies, the good nutrition, good rest, and going to nationals. If they go to national competitions, they have to fight 3-4 times in a week, back to back to back to back. So fighting once every week or twice a month is no big deal for these amateur fighters.
Talking, it kind of leads me into my next question. You're 2 fights into your promotion, Strong Island Fight Series. What is the key to the success of your promotion when you just said there's hundreds of fights throughout the year, different promotions throughout the city, Long Island, upstate, all the tri-state area? What is the key to your success, and what are you going to have to do to continue being successful?
Well, I've been doing, like I said, I've been doing this since 2004, and I don't just throw in a show. I put on an event, and ever since I've been doing it, I put on an event. When I was doing them in 2004, I was the first promoter to do ring walks for amateur boxing. I would shut the lights in the hotel, the rooms and the arenas, have them come out to their music. I'm also the first amateur boxing promoter in the world to do amateur boxing belt that's to be defended like the pros. The first belt that I did was called the NYABC, New York Amateur Boxing Championships, and that went on for about a good 8 years. And I had a lot of guys who ended up turning pro that went through my event who won the belt 3, 4, 5 times. Just one being Joe Smith Jr. He won my NYABC title at my previous shows called the New York Amateur Boxing Championships. Danny Jacobs, he was another one. Derek Rossi from Patchogue, he won my title a few times. I could go down the list. So many guys that ended up turning pro. Saddam Ali, Olympian. He ended up becoming world champion for Miguel Cotto. Like I had all these guys on my promotions back in 2004 all the way to 2013. I always make sure that all bases are covered. Good DJ, good music, high energy, just so much we put involved. But now I stopped doing it for a little bit, stopped promoting for a couple of years. And I said, if I ever come back, I'm going to do it bigger and better. And I'm not ever going to stop. And I had this opportunity to get the Stereo Garden. And I'm just putting everything into it. I'm not being cheap on expenses. I'm putting money into it. I'm not going to say how much they cost, but it costs a lot of money to put these events together. You can imagine.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just the ring walk alone costs $4,000 to provide that screen and the walkway and the fireworks and the smoke. So my whole thing is the reason why I'm doing this is because I love it. I truly love boxing. I have a gym. I have fighters. I train men and women all day, adult classes. Kids, I got a youth program. So boxing is just in my blood. Is who I am. I've been doing this since I was a little kid, 5 years old. So I just love it. That's why I'm successful, because there's passion and love behind what I do. And I don't do it just for me. I do it because I want to provide a stage for these amateur boxers that day in and day out are training so hard just to be recognized, So I want to give them a platform, a big stage for them to feel like their hard work is worth it. And since the first one, my phone doesn't stop with people wanting to fight on my show now, because they see the production, they see what I'm putting into it. And I also created the new belt called the 6 Borough Championships, including Long Island being the 6th borough. It's called the SBC belt. It is officially now the blue belt. If you guys look at my Instagram, Strong Island Fights, you guys can see the picture of that. I custom made it. It's a beautiful gold and blue belt. I actually took the idea from the Ultimate Warrior. I was a big Ultimate Warrior fan. So I went back and looked at his intercontinental belts, and I said, that's the one we're going to do for the SBC. Everybody loves it. And, this belt has to be defended every 3 to 4 months, whether it be at the Stereo Garden or another great venue somewhere in the 6 boroughs. And we're always going to have those beautiful ring walks. We're always going to film it. We're going to have post-fight interviews. We're going to do photo shoots, red carpet. Nobody does a red carpet at the fights. I do a red carpet. It's just going to be a great time. We do bottle service. We do VIP booths, VIP tables on the floor. Oh, this fight is also, I'm sorry if I'm talking so fast.
No, I love it. Keep going. Keep going. I love it. Keep going.
So real quick, let me backtrack. C4 Energy heard that I was doing an event, my first one. Not unfortunately, but fortunately, I had another energy drink already sponsoring my last event. And I told them that. I said, sorry, I didn't want to turn them down, but I had to because I already had somebody on board. Yep, there's the SBC 6 Borough Championship belt, the most beautiful belt in amateur boxing. Everybody who wears that belt is the premier elite fighter in New York at that weight class, and everybody wants it.
So, I like it. I like the blue. I like the blue belt.
Yeah,
it's different.
Like in the pros, they got the WBC belt, which is the green belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
The amateurs doesn't have anything, and I'm not going to go green. I said, I'm not going to do black like everybody else or white.
White's becoming a new one.
Yeah, so blue, no one's going to do blue because this is mine. Let's say you do blue, you're copying me. You need to stop me. I don't care. I'm kidding. But backtrack again. So C4 Energy jumped on board for this event. They wanted to be a part of it. They're powering this event. That's what we're calling it. C4, powered by C4, the Strong Island Fight Night Series 2. Heavily involved. They love it. So hopefully that marriage could last a long time. I know I'm putting everything into it to make sure it does. They actually were the sponsor for Devin Haney and the Lomachenko fight this weekend. It was the first boxing fight that they were a part of, and I'm the first amateur fight that they're a part of as well. So I'm excited about that. So much to say.
I'm loving it. It's awesome to see the just growing and the new belts and everything, the opportunities for people to get in and compete. It's sweet because there are so many different platforms, but a lot of times maybe it's not done right and people struggle to kind of, like you said, the red carpet. I think that's a pretty cool thing. And there's a difference when you go to an MMA show. A lot of times, people just casual t-shirt, shorts, pants. But then you go to a boxing event, and most people are dressed to the nines. There's suits, ties, jackets, dresses. It's just it's an event, like you said.
Definitely an event. There's a lot of shows in amateur boxing, but I don't. When people say your show, I correct them. I said, no, this is an event. I make it. It's a production. Like, I really put a lot into this. Let me tell you, like, it doesn't stop. Since my last event, I've been on the phone. I've been, working on new designs for the belt, new designs for the SBC logo and merchandise, and just so much involved, making sure the right fighters that could be a part of it. I'm working around a national tournament that week in Texas, so I can't, certain fighters that I wanted on my card I couldn't get, so I had to go find somebody just as good or even better. So things always work out. I don't let nothing bother me or make me feel like, oh man, this isn't gonna work out. No, I make it work. I find a way, and it's always a great time. So I'm excited for this one.
How can people get tickets? Are there still tickets even available?
Tickets are available, but they are moving fast. I'm just gonna say the last event was sold out. I was just hoping to make my money back, but I'm super grateful that it was sold out. The what do you call it? The response from everybody was great, and after the fight as well. So I really feel like this is going to be sold out again. So if you want tickets, get them now. Get them soon. There's a few VIP tables left. Bottle service, and you can get them at StrongIslandFights.com. www.StrongIslandFights.com. You can get them on Instagram. You could click the link in the bio for Strong Island Fights Instagram page. Where else could you get them? That's it. Just apply.
I'm sorry about that.
Someone wants to ask me a question? Okay. We got to call him.
Sorry about that. Awesome. Yeah, definitely get your tickets, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm sure it's going to go quick.
Yeah.
Anything? I always ask fighters this. I always ask anyone who I have on the show. What's one thing about you that nobody knows but you'd like to share with everyone?
Man, I don't know.
It could be anything. It doesn't have to be MMA related.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you something good. One thing that nobody knows. Sure. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I was on back in
Sorry, I'm sorry.
not to go back in I believe 19. What year was it? 1999. I was on Club MTV. No, I wasn't on Club MTV. I was on MTV True Life show episode. I'm a clubber. So
Oh,
that's
really?
it.
All right.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Awesome.
It was
Oh, there
funny
you have
though.
it, ladies. There you go. Up on the MTV. That's pretty sweet.
It was funny.
Anything you want to add? Anyone you want to recognize? C4's powering, um,
Yeah.
powering the show.
C4 is powering it. Long Island Clean Water is one of our head sponsors as well. Super grateful for them. If you guys want to, get a home water test to show you how bad your water is that you're drinking, Long Island Clean Water will come out to your house and give you a water test. And I have a system in my house. The water is so clean. I don't care about drinking it. Before then, drinking tap water was not even an option for me. But now I drink tap water all day because it's filtered. So Long Island Clean Water is going to be there. Who else? Cloud9 Smoke Shop. Shout out to my boy Jonathan. His son's also fighting on the show, Jacob Molina. He's a great little boxer from Heavy Hitters. Shout out to my cousin Jay, owner of Heavy Hitters Boxing. What else? What's going to be there? I got I have a lot of people there. I'm forgetting, but shout out to all the sponsors, everybody that's helping out. I appreciate you guys very much. What else?
Awesome.
What else is going on here at this event? Make sure you guys get there too. Get there early because we might sell out. The general admission might sell out too. We literally had a line wrapped out from the door all the way down to Main Street, all the way down to the Bean coffee shop that night of the fights. It was stuck there for about half hour. It was crazy.
That's that's a line right there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. Always a good thing when you got demand, right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Awesome.
But that's it. That's
Awesome.
it, man. That's pretty much it. This 18, every fight is action packed. Every single one. 9 SBC title fights. Oh, real quick. I have Alex Mukuka from New Zealand flying over here to fight for the international title belt that I put on the line against Frankie Garcia from Brooklyn. That fight's going to be crazy. This international fight is an international champion flying over here to fight in for an international belt against Frankie Garcia. He's the runner-up in the Ring Masters Championships this year, but that kid is no joke. Mexican-style fighter comes in. He's very sharp. He bangs. So I'm looking forward to that. Kobe Williams, he's the Ring Masters champion this year. He's fighting Jeremiah Vega from Mineola, Slick Sluggers. Shout out to Slick Sluggers. That's going to be a great fight, too. We got a lot of really good fights, man. Colin Clark, he's fighting out of Vamos. He's going to be fighting Israel Bailey. Both of these kids are knockout artists. They're bangers. That's going to be something that everybody's going to want to see. They're both going to have big crowds there as well. Who else do we have that I want to make sure I put out there? David Reyes, he's returned champion. He's fighting Enrique Leon, who is this year's Ring Masters champion. So we have a champion versus champion. Enrique wants his belt, so that's going to be great. We have Malachi Thomas. He's another Ringmaster champion fighting. He's fighting for the title eliminator. So whoever wins that fight fights the 147 champion in September 30th. So shout out to them. That's going to be a great one. And I have to give a shout out to, I have to shine the light on my boy Liam Seamus Murphy. He's from my gym. He's fighting against Brian Vera from Vamos. They're buddies, former teammates. So they're going to be fighting. That's going to be a great fight. Joey, he's fighting Chase Miller. That's a rematch. That's going to be an awesome, exciting fight. But Joey's training real hard for that. Nico Uresta is one of my fighters as well. He's the champion from the New York Metros this year. It's his first time on this event. And he's fighting Jacob Molina from Heavy Hitters. He beat Jacob once before, but Jacob's been training hard. And I know he really wants to get that victory. But my boy Nico, he's training super hard too. So he knows he's got to come bring it. That's going to be exciting as well. And then one of my rising stars, Daniel Torres, 16 years old, 156 pounder. This kid is a gem. He's only 16. He's been fighting a year, but he's just super talented. And I put him on this stage because I believe that he belongs on this stage. He needs that spotlight, and he's going to shine that night. So, he's fighting somebody with 9 fights. He only has 1 fight. That's how much I believe in him. So, come out, Strong Island Fight Night Series 2. It's going to be amazing. Electric.
They have any more episodes of Before the Lights coming out, or is it just the 2?
Yeah, we have. So we have Derek Padone versus Kenny Ocean, episode 2. That's out right now. Episode 1 was Colin Clark versus Israel Bailey. You can all see that on my YouTube channel. And the last episode is the co-main event. Melvin Martinez versus Peter Latore. It's our last episode before the fight. That's going to drop probably Friday. I'm not sure exactly. I got to see when Billy's done editing it, but it should drop real soon. We're going to have all the updates on our Instagram, Strong Island Fights. So check that out. It's really awesome.
Awesome, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check it out. Just like Kristian said, June 10th, Saturday, June 10th, doors open at 4 p.m., fights start at 5:30 p.m., the return of SBC champions, so you don't want to miss it. Get tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, you don't want to miss it. It's a great night of boxing, so you can check out some of the old fights from the past events on the YouTube channel as well. I was watching some of those, pretty good. So definitely, Kristian, I appreciate coming on and chatting with me and talking about your Strong Island Fight Night Series 2 coming up.
Yeah, Kyle, I appreciate you having me. It means a lot, giving me this platform to speak about my event, and I look forward to coming back.
Absolutely. I'll see you June 10th. And ladies and gentlemen, if you don't get tickets, can you watch it streaming?
Not at all. I want the building packed. The only way I'll ever do pay-per-view is if I have somebody that's Instagram following, social media following, that would warrant me doing pay-per-view. Pay-per-view doesn't make sense if you're trying to pack the building out.
Mm-hmm. All right, awesome.
We will air it for free post-fight.
After.
So you guys will have the opportunity to see it after. But if you want to be there, see the action live, you got to be there.
You want to be there, ladies and gentlemen. There's nothing like combat sports, being in the building, the electricity of the people in the stadium and the atmosphere. It's nothing else like it. So definitely want to be there. Stereo Garden in Patchogue, be there, or you're gonna miss it.
Don't miss the red carpet. Make sure you get your red carpet photos.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We're signing off. I'm with Kristian, and this is Carroll's Corner MMA Podcast.
Thank you, Ken.